Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. I'm going to be reviewing 3 Joy Toy 1/18 scale figures today. Anton, somebody else, and Vasily, I forget the names, and it's not in English, so unless it says inside, I will not know which one is which. These look really cool since they've been first previewed. I can't wait to crack these open and have a look. And I know that the boxes they come in inside, the plastic boxes, can be transformed into something else. So we'll look at that as well. I will do all 3 in one review because Articulation is going to be the same. Then it's just going to be accessories and how they look. So let's crack open this first one without ripping the card. I will have to flatten that out, I think, because once you transform the box into something else, the card won't keep its shape anyway. Okay, so plastic crate. You could stack these and make barriers or walls quite good. For scale, if I put a Boss Fight Studio next to it, it's about to shoulder height, so it's quite big. Looks quite good. Doesn't look as good as an Acid Rain crate, but this has different functionality, which we'll see later on. Open up, which way? Okay, this side. Like this inside. Okay, so it doesn't tell me his name, but this is all in Chinese. But some things, it appears, need to be glued. I don't have any glue with me. Okay, so we have I guess it's his all of equipment and a picture of him and where things go. We have something here about, it's like gluing again, which I can't believe. Maybe gluing some stuff on to his knees, because his knees have this funny little slot which you can glue on his knee pads, it looks like. We then have more instructions again, with what appears to be more gluing, which again I am not happy about. I'd rather there was no gluing involved, but never mind. Okay, so we have a bag with a head and pouches. We have, this will be for transforming his box, and then we have the figure himself. Let's look at the figure first of all. This one, his head is off already, but never mind. So, figure and helmet. Okay, so it's a neck and head. The sculpt is pretty good in the face. I do like that. It's not a bad job. Helmet does slot on, yeah, relatively easily, and it's good fit. His eyes come through the bottom there, comes out quite easily as well. Let's have a look at the articulation. So I've seen one thing straight away, which is most impressive. Okay, so we'll go from head down. So he's got his neck, so he can go side to side and pop off as well. Let's get a bit stiffer. Okay, side to side. He can look down and up, but it's a bit limited on the down and up. And then left and right is very easy. Shoulders, I'm assuming this, yeah, this kit can come off. In fact, I might take it off now because that will interfere with some of the articulation. And I believe his shoulder pads come off too, but I've yet to see how they come off. But they will come off as well. Okay, so shoulders, he gets quite good up, then his shoulder pads come in the way. Elbow, he gets a, let's have a look, slightly under 90-degree bend. Wrist, I can't see apart from, oh yes, wrist has this way, so he can get quite high up and flat. Other wrist is this way, you can mend like this and back. So waist, he has a nice trunk twist, he has a waist turn. Legs, that is impressive, that's really quite impressive. He gets as far, maybe further, than a Boss Fight Studio figure on that. Forwards, backwards, the way he's going to fall down or fail because the mold will get in the way on the back leg, but not bad. Knees is a double knee joint, but some of these straps get in the way, but still it's very, very tight on this leg. Not so bad in that one. Ankles and feet. So he has side to side on the foot, which is useful. And can turn. His foot can go up and down. And what's really nice is the toes have articulation as well. So posing him is going to be really easy. And his feet are quite big, which is going to make it even easier to pose him. He does look good. Let's have a look at this gun. Very nice. Two-tone, and it's been inked. So it's got a touch of weathering with the inking. And the helmet we've seen for over already looks really cool too. Okay, let's put that out the way. Okay, so I'm not going to do everything in this review because I'll be here for a long time. You guys will get bored out of your head. I will have a quick look inside here. He has more padding and armor for his legs. Let's put this one back over. Which way was it? This way. Let's take his head off first. Okay. This does clip on if you want it to clip on, which will give it a much tighter fit. One and almost two. And that does look good as well. Aesthetically, this guy is really good. Okay, let's put his helmet on to get a nice aesthetic again. Okay, he almost looks like a biker soldier, but he looks pretty cool. Inside this bag, we have an alternative head and different plates and armor for his legs, etc. And other little bits which I don't want to lose. I'm not sure what that piece is for. Alternative head gives him hair. I prefer the head he comes with, the default head. He has a sidearm, which is quite nice. Hold it this way so you can see clearer. His main weapon does have a little bit of drilling in the barrel hole, but not enough. Needs a bit more on that. This a visor, maybe? It appears he has a visor. I'm not sure how that's going to fit. Is it that way? Or the other way? No, the other way. So he has a visor as well, which is nice. And this is hinged. So it can be down, and it should be able to come, I think, up as well. That's pretty cool, but it's not the best of fit on the visor, but it's still pretty cool. This is really, really nice. Now, I will look at these instructions and start sorting out what goes where and how. I don't want to be gluing stuff on, but we can see that because there are holes on these leg parts, that these can attach to there. So I could do this on the front maybe, or the side. I'm not sure which one that's going to fit in. But this is maybe where they are suggesting you glue things on. I'm not keen on gluing these on in case I want to change his loadout later. These will fit, but the pegs are really small. Okay, that fits in his soldering quite nicely. I will have to explore this in more depth, but what I do want to do first, I'll put these back, is open up the other figures so we can have a look, and then I'll see about converting one of these crates into whatever it converts into. I think it's going to be seating. So I'll be looking at that a bit later on. Are there instructions for the seating part? He has a strap for something else there. Okay, let's put this all inside. So many little parts, so many accessories. This is really, really quite spectacular. Joy toy. I have actually got one of their small, older 127 scale ones, and it's nice, but the hands are, they just can't hold weapons. I will upload that and share that video with you too. But this, at the moment, is just a win. It's really, really good. Okay, so let's put his stuff to one side. Let's look at the next one. So, again, let's get this open. Again, I'll flatten the box because if these crates do turn into something, I'm going to turn them into whatever they turn into. Okay. Excuse me. Which way? Oh, this way. Okay, so again, the same sort of thing about gluing stuff on. Here's loadout. It shows you where everything goes on here. I'll show this one for a bit longer. So you get an idea of just exactly how much stuff comes with these. I do like the look of his gun there. This one again is the gluing stuff, and this one is again, gluing stuff where things go, same as the other one. Okay, so let's, again, there's a bag of stuff here, which is seats and stuff, which will be for transforming the crate later on. Let's have a look at this figure here. Oh, he does look good. He does look really good again. Same articulation, obviously. And that foot articulation is nice for posing as well as standing up. Really nice looking figure. They're onto a win with this line here, into 118. And this gun, again, they've not really drilled the barrels, but the gun does look particularly nice. Let's put his helmet on. I think you see his face again. Let's put his helmet on. Yeah. He looks good. Inside here's all the other little accessories, and the head looks almost the same as the other head I had earlier on. Let's have a look. It's different, but it could be like brothers. So the other head is in there, and you can see it's very similar. I can show you this one without getting it out. No, let me get this one out because you can't see. It's very similar to the first head. Too similar, in fact. A bigger difference, or even different hair colour, would have made that look, again, much better. So I can get this separated out to the top. Or just open up since I'm wasting time. Anyway, okay, so inside here he has the same sidearm, and he's again his bits and bobs, and he has a different colour visor, which I'll get out in a second. So this is head 1, this is head 2. They are very, very similar. Okay, let me put his head back in and get his visor out. He's got like a red tint, is that right? It looks like a red tint from here on his visor, yeah. Okay, how does this one fit? Let's have a look. It goes that way, I would guess, or no, the other way. Okay, so again, little holes and some little pins. Just find where they go. Maybe it's the other way around. That just feels a bit too big for that. And this way around looks a bit strange because it'll have a thing at the top. Yeah, it can't be this way. That looks just ridiculous. Yeah, it fits in, but this one's not a great fit. It feels like that this is actually too big. And that doesn't look good either, so you know, that just looks a bit naff, and it can't be the other way, or can it? No, I don't like that. I'm not going to put that on. So the visor's not really winning there, but he does look good again. But I actually haven't shown you guys holding their weapons. Let me see how easy he holds with these hands are. Yeah, they've got a lot of give, so holding onto weapons will be easy. This is how he does with this gun. It's interesting that they've made them with... See, I would have done it the other way. I've made it hands, this hand, that one, and this hand, this one. But because he can't get his arm round enough, or not easily, to grip with this one here. Let me try that. Okay. So now he's going to let go with this one of the handle. So he can grip the gun quite well, but he's holding it with both hands. It's not so easy. It might be easier to do it, make him a left-hander. And his left hand is actually quite stiff, so you want to be careful on that. Okay, that's not bad. So again, here's another nice looking figure. They've got some really nice looking figures in this scale. Another good job on that one. Okay, let's look at the last one before I come to the crates. Okay. Again, this one appears to have a red visor on the box. Again, this is the stuff for the box. Here is the guy. Again, his head is very similar to that guy. And his spare head, again, is very similar. Again, maybe to the first one. He also has a knife I can see in there, which is pretty cool. And the other stuff is exactly the same. No instructions on how to do the crate yet, but we'll get to that. And just double check, not missing things. Sidearm. He has a knife. Where is his visor? Can't see his visor. Looks that part there. That's a shoulder pad. Okay, looks quite cool. He has a backpack in there, which is new that others didn't have a backpack, or not in their main bag, and not in the other bags either. Okay, so he's got whatever that is. I have to look at instructions. His hat, and he's got more of a sniper rifle. Oh yeah. Here, this hat is not the best of fits. I might actually take his head off to do this. That's a pretty bad fit, to be fair. Like his ears get in the way. Oh, he's got the wrong hat. Yeah, it doesn't fit well that way, and it can't go back to front. That looks silly. So the hat on this one, the helmet rather, is not a great fit. I may swap around to the alternate head and try that instead. Just a pop off on the head, nothing difficult there, which is nice. It should be an easy pop on. It's a bit sticky, the plastic, and you can see already there's paint rub on the neck from holding it and trying to push in this headpiece. So I hope I didn't lose that. So it hasn't been sealed well. Right. That has disappeared on my floor. I'm going to pause and find it, then come back. Okay, I found it. I put his head in. This head is not great. It seems to be lacking a lot of colour. And I'm a bit disappointed with that paint rub on the neck joint. It means that it won't be so good if you keep changing. Hat fits, but it's a bit loose on this head, a bit too tight on the other head. Gun is really nice. Again, they've not drilled the barrel, which is a shame. Let's see how easily he can hold this. I'm hoping it'll be easy enough. So it's interesting that their right hand, or at least on the other one before this, and yeah, the right hand is looser on the fingers than the left hand. Which would imply either they made it that way on purpose on both of them, or they've used it, or I don't know, whatever reason it can be. In fact, they're doing it this way. So I might have the hands. God, that's really quite stiff. Yeah, he's going to struggle to open his fingers to grab that. And his fingers are connected. So what I'm going to do, his thumbs into his fingers, is just do a little snip across the join. There we go. And maybe that's why he was so stiff in the first place. Let's have a look. Yeah, now it's easy for him to hold. And his backpack, there is two notches that just fit on nice and easily. But again, the notches or the pegs are small, and oh, it's wrong around. Sorry, I did it the wrong way. The pegs are small and the holes are small, so it won't always be a tight fit. Yeah, so again, that's something you may want to consider gluing on. So his backpack is open. I'll have to glue that on, and you can put something inside, and you can put a lid on top. He looks all right. This head though is pretty naff, but if you want a helmet on, it's got to be this head. Just put his helmet on as well. It can be the other head, but it doesn't fit so well. So this is the backpack cover here. Look at that in a moment. I won't have him holding the gun just too properly yet, but he looks good. The joints are a little bit loose on this one, which is again a little bit disappointing perhaps for a new figure. And I have to make sure I get him so his hips are even, otherwise he'll stand up quite strange. Okay, that's good enough for now. So here they are, the three of them. His backpack, that's easy enough. You see there's two holes in the back, and there's a peg here. So these two pegs go there, and this one goes over there, and his backpack is closed. But it's not easy to fit it on him. This guy also has a peg on his back, so one of his accessories must fit on there too. Okay, so let me have a look at the knife. Was it this guy or the other guy? I can't remember now. One had the knife. Maybe it was the previous guy who had the knife, and I put his stuff where? Yeah, okay, let's have a look here. Sidearms again is the same as the first one, and now I can't find the knife, so maybe I imagined that. I'm sure I didn't know. Maybe it was this guy with the knife. Let's have a look on the other side. Okay, so the knife is in this one after all. So knife is actually quite strong plastic, surprisingly. Looks good, looks very weathered. Not particularly clean, but it does look the part. I like that, particularly because it's strong, doesn't bend well, but I'm also scared it might snap if it's that strong a plastic. Okay, so let me stand these guys up here for you again. You get another close look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to attempt to make what I'm supposed to make out of these, because I don't have instructions. I don't want to keep you bored for the next 20 minutes, half an hour while I'm trying to do that. And when I've done that, I will restart the video again and we can see how it turned out. Okay, so stay with me, be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. I've been taking things off in to see if it can fit in something. I have used only 7 parts or maybe 10 parts, and I've made this awesome wall with chairs and fold down parts, harnesses keep you in place. Now the issue is this is too small for 118. Taking his helmet off, taking his backpack off, he still has his armor on his shoulders. If I sit him down in that chair, his head doesn't go underneath. If I bring it down, it won't even go over his shoulders, which is a shame. But I really like this. However, it is pretty good scale for B25 acid rain. So Bob here does have a waist belt on, which will get in the way, but without that, you can see, even with it, it's very, very good scale. Without it, this will go really quite tight on him. So it's an amazing fit for 128 scale, not so much for 118 scale. And as far as I can tell, they all come with the same part. Now, there does come with other attachments. I'm not quite sure what to do with these. This one, I don't know. These parts, I don't know too. I will probably look online later. And I did have a spare back of a chair and a spare sort of harness here. Didn't have the spare seat inside that one. And then you have the other parts the box is made out of, which connect the corners and the box together. So there's building opportunities there. I will play around with this more later, see if I can make some sort of, I don't know, with the 3 boxes enclosure like a drop ship for B25, because it won't quite fit 118 unless maybe I can extend this out from the wall, and well, that'll be a lot of customization work to make that fit, make new ones of these as well. But it's really nice stuff. Okay, so the 3 figures again, really nice, good articulation. Paint apps do rub off quite fast, so if you're going to be sticking stuff around and changing heads, you'll start to see that. Some of the bits feel a bit sticky, which is not good for a new toy, because that's normally showing that the plastic is deteriorating. But these guys do look pretty damn good. I do like them a lot. It is worth picking them up. They have another 3 coming out soon and another 3 coming out later again. So there's going to be about 9 in the range. I've got 6. I've got these 3 and another 3 ordered. And the other 3 I will look at getting as well, because I do like these. There's an awesome action toys coming out, saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more awesome action toy videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting. Bye bye.